Do you ever feel like you're just not good enough? Like everyone around you is moving forward, while you're stuck in the same place? We all dream of a better life, of achieving something great. But so many of us get trapped. We believe that to succeed, we need to take some huge, life-altering action. We wait for that perfect moment, that perfect plan, that one big opportunity that'll change everything. And while we wait, our dreams just fade away. We start to believe that maybe we're just not cut out for success. But what if I told you that this entire idea is wrong? What if real, lasting change doesn't come from giant leaps, but from tiny, almost invisible steps taken every single day? Let me share a simple story with you that might just change the way you see yourself and your future. There was a boy named Ahmed. If you met him, you might not think he was special in any way. He wasn't the top student in his class. He wasn't the strongest athlete on the field. He definitely wasn't the most confident speaker. Whenever he looked at his classmates, he felt small. It seemed like others were always performing better, speaking more boldly, and just getting ahead in life much faster than he was. Ahmed wanted to change. He really did. He tried so many times. He'd lock himself in his room and study for hours, but after a few days, he'd burn out and quit. He'd sign up for a gym membership, full of motivation, but after a couple of visits, he just stopped going. He even tried to force himself to wake up early, but the snooze button always won. With each failure, a little voice in his head grew louder, whispering the same painful lie. See? You can't do it. Maybe you're just meant to be average. Over time, he started to believe it. He slowly accepted that being ordinary was his destiny. One quiet afternoon, Ahmed went to visit his grandfather. He found the old man sitting in his courtyard, holding a beautiful, but very worn-out, wooden chair. His grandfather was carefully and patiently polishing it with a small cloth. The movements were slow, repetitive. Ahmed watched for a while and then asked, "Grandpa, why do you spend so much time on that old chair? It's never going to look new again." His grandfather paused, looked up, and smiled a calm, gentle smile. "Come closer," he said. "Look very closely at the wood." Ahmed leaned in. "Each small stroke I make with this cloth adds a little bit of shine," the old man explained. "One single stroke doesn't seem to change much, you're right, but thousands of these small, patient strokes. Together, they bring the life back into the wood." He then looked directly at Ahmed and added softly, "Life works the same way, my boy. You don't fix everything at once. You don't become better all in one go. You just improve a little, every single day." Those words echoed in Ahmed's mind. A little every day. It sounded so simple, almost too simple. But something about it felt different. It felt possible. Ahmed decided to try a new experiment. This time, there would be no extreme goals, no pressure for an overnight transformation. He would just focus on one simple rule: get 1% better each day. That's it. So, instead of trying to study for hours, he committed to just 15 minutes of focused learning. Instead of pushing himself through a brutal workout at the gym, he started with just a few push-ups at home every morning. And instead of trying to become a fluent English speaker overnight, he decided to learn just 5 new words each day. At first, it felt like nothing was happening. Absolutely nothing. There was no applause from his teachers, no praise from his family. He didn't suddenly feel like a new person. It was just 15 minutes of study, just a few push-ups, just 5 new words. It was quiet, unglamorous work. But Ahmed didn't stop. He remembered his grandfather's words and kept going, day after day. After about a month, something began to shift. It was subtle at first. Those 15 minutes of study started to feel easy, so he naturally extended them to 30 minutes, then an hour, and soon he was studying for 2 hours with deep focus, enjoying the process. Those 5 push-ups became 10, then 20, then 50, and he felt a strength in his body he hadn't felt before. Those few new words a day began to connect, forming sentences, and his ability to communicate his ideas grew stronger and more confident. But the biggest change wasn't the one you could see on the outside. It was the one happening inside him. The quiet voice of doubt was being replaced by a growing sense of confidence. The feeling of being stuck was replaced by a feeling of momentum. He was no longer fighting himself. He was building himself, one small piece at a time. Months passed. Ahmed didn't become a perfect student or a world-class athlete overnight, but he became better. Consistently, undeniably better. One day, his school announced a debate competition. The old Ahmed would have hidden in the back of the classroom, terrified of speaking in public. But this new Ahmed felt a spark of curiosity. He signed up. When his turn came, he walked to the stage, took a deep breath, and spoke. His words were clear, his arguments were strong, and his confidence was real. He won first place. His teachers and classmates were stunned. They crowded around him, asking Ahmed, "What happened? How did you change so much?" Ahmed just smiled, remembering the old wooden chair. He replied, "I didn't change everything at once. I just got a little better every single day." This is the real, unglamorous secret to growth and success. It doesn't require massive, heroic intensity. It requires quiet, boring consistency. Small actions, when repeated daily, build an unstoppable momentum. A 1% improvement every day doesn't feel like much in the moment. You won't see the results tomorrow, or even next week. But compound that over a year, and you become 37 times better. It's the magic of compounding applied to your life. Read just a few pages of a book every day, and your knowledge will grow into a library. Save a tiny amount of money every day, and your financial discipline will grow into wealth. Practice a small skill every day, and your confidence will grow into mastery. So if you feel stuck, if you feel ordinary, if you feel like your dreams are slipping away, please remember Ahmed's story. Don't overwhelm yourself by asking, "How can I change my entire life today?" That question is a trap. Instead, ask yourself a much smaller, much more powerful question. What is one small thing I can do today to be 1% better? Because greatness is not built in a day, it is built daily. One small step, one tiny habit, 1% at a time. This lesson is shared with you by MindRise Stories, where we believe that small ideas can create powerful, lasting mindsets. If this story resonated with you, subscribe to our channel and keep growing, one story at a time. Thanks for watching.